Welcome everyone to the Pro Trade Room Plus. We're here for the ECB refi rate, unemployment claims. My name is Lee Goldstein, the trading director for 10-minute trades. Please remember, all the trades we discuss are for educational purposes. Good morning. Now, we do have a report pretty quickly,
Secured overnight
so let me
financing
get
rate
the news up.
3.62% July
It's the
22nd.
ECB refi rate.
July 21st.
It's been a very mediocre. A lot of reports have been very mediocre. I don't know if you've noticed that, but since the war started, even before the war started, there's been just a lot of reports not performing well. It's just the way it is. We didn't do anything. It's not like we created reports that stopped moving. Some of these reports have never really been very good behaving reports, and they just seem to be worse than ever. More often, not moving well, not not so much that they're stopping out, but more that they're just not having reactions to the news. That's what we're seeing a lot more recently than we have in previous times. So we'll be looking at the interest rate for the ECB. It's not anticipated that they're changing any of the rates that I can see. And then we'll stick around for jobless claims. And actually, we have the gold open also. That's like 5 minutes after the ECB. It's not so simple to trade everything one after the other after the other. Now, I don't know. Nitin, are you here? And Roz, are you here? All right. We've only got a few minutes. Roz, I wonder if it's not a problem. Nitin, you too, if it's not a problem. Could you log in and out of the trade room? If it takes you a long time to get in, you don't have to do it now. But for some reason, both of you appear to be logged into the room. Roz, you're like logged in 7 times. And I'm just wondering if you log out, if it'll clear it. And Nitin, you're logged in like 4 times. And it doesn't matter. So, I mean, you don't have to do it right now. But if at some point you could just log in and log out, I want to see if it clears it or if it just adds your login. If it adds the login, then I need to talk to tech support of the trade room. Okay. Okay. It must be something on my end. Anyway, let's talk about the DMM. This is a lousy trade. Most of the time, it hasn't been responding. All right. Let me get the right report. It's always nice to have the right report. So 5 out of 6, nothing. Okay. 5 out of 6, nothing on the breakouts. I do it as a trap. So I will do this as a trap trade. And I think, you know, It doesn't exist as a breakout these days. All right. Um, and obviously, if it's not moving as a breakout, it's not going to respond very much as a trap. So when it does work, it moves 25 to 30 to 40 ticks. So I'm going to leave the setup as if it's working. Because if it doesn't work, I don't want to get filled. All right. So I'm not going to shrink the tiers and go to some aggressive setup to try and force a fill. I'm either going to get filled if it works and there's a move, or I'm going to just cancel the trade. No, the trap. So keep in mind if the spike is less than 11 ticks, 8 ticks, 11 ticks, 8 ticks, no move. There's no trap. There's no reversal because there's no move. Now, sometimes you'll wait longer on a
It's
trap trade.
8:15 a.m. Eastern
All
Time to
right.
get the ECB interest rate decision
But in
for the
general,
last
when we
meeting.
look at our
Prior to spot
trap spike
4%.
sheet,
ECB
there's
deposit
not
rate
very much
forecast no change on the prior to spot
meaningful
to
movement.
5%.
All right.
And the ECB rate
I'll
stable.
show you the spike sheet, but let's set the trade up first. I have a reverse
Looking
continue
at
on
some
the
analyst
chart.
commentary,
All
UniCredit
right.
say we expect the ECB to leave interest
25
rates
target,
unchanged from Thursday
25
as
stop,
policymakers assess the effects of 25 basis point rate hike delivered
labeled
in June.
6E
The
reverse
decision will
continue. We're
probably be
trading the euro
unanimous,
dollar,
while the
euro
Governing Council is
futures
likely to
6E
maintain a data-dependent
0926.
stance. Renewed
Now, I
tensions in
did
the
some
Middle East
damage to my
reinforce our
prop
conviction
account this
and
morning,
that of markets.
some
Perhaps the tightening
serious
cycle is
bad
not over
scalping,
yet.
and I traded
Energy prices
Honeywell,
have reversed the
which
decline
did
that
not,
followed the
it
signing
just
of the
really was
Memorandum of
horrible.
Understanding between the US and Iran,
So
making the
just ignore my
decline in
losses
inflation
on my
data for
prop
June
account.
an
I'm going to
old
try
piece
and
of
get them back
information,
this morning.
and dealing
I
a needed
honestly,
pause to
full
hope that trajectories of
transparency,
trade war moves might
I was
normalize soon.
I didn't want to show up with losses
In
on
this
my
environment,
chart,
ECB President
and but I
Lagarde
only have
will
one
likely refrain from pushing back
um,
against the market's rate
eval.
hike
I don't have a lot of
expectations.
evals. Most of my
This would
accounts
indicate a high
are
likelihood of
funded
a
right
rate
now.
increase in September, when a fresh
So I
set
was
of
going to buy
ECB
another
staff
account for
projections will be
$19
released,
and start
although the
make
Governing
believe I was
Council will
starting
demand a
out at
comprehensive
scratch.
assessment of the
And I just
medium-term inflation
decided, look,
outlook. Stevens will
can I
open
be
to
honest
further
here?
action if
I
needed.
traded Honeywell. I purposely didn't have a room for Honeywell because I haven't liked the way it's been trading. I got filled at the top of the candle, and then I scalped. I don't know. I was half asleep. I shouldn't have scalped, but that's the reality. So I'm using that account. It's my only eval right now, and I'm not trading this in a funded account. I have a brand new funded account that I'm calling my risky funded account. So theoretically, if I had no eval, I certainly have an account I could use, but I'll see if I can build this eval back up today. So reverse continue. The trap, I'm setting it up exactly like the DMM. We will trigger at 8:14:55. The stop is 20. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. I'm tempted to put two positions at position 1. It's $6 a tick. If we only get filled on one position, I'd like to try and make some money if it reverses. Tier 1 is 18. Tier 2 is 25. The stop is 20. Label it trap 6E. Choose the account you're trading in. All right. So I'll be showing my damaged account. I have a magnet also, 35 on the stop. Everything else is default. All right. Watching the magnet for signals. Okay. So first trade I'll put on is the trap. Right. Trap goes first. Why? So you see the buttons properly. So I turn on my trap. I want to make sure I see the cancel outer tier buttons. Now, if you're not trading a real account, you should be trading this in sim with us. That's how you learn to do this. Trade in sim. So let me show you how to put the trap trade on one more time. Right click, click strategies, double click the trap trade. It'll show up under configured. highlight the trap trade. Position size one contract is default. Position size two, one contract. Those are your two orders that go above and below the current price. Our activation time is 8:14:55. 5 seconds before the news is released, we will put our orders on the chart. Our stop is 20. Tier 1, bracket 1 is 18 ticks. Tier 2, bracket 2 is 25 ticks. Choose the account you're trading, label the setup, trap 6E. Apply it, okay it. Turn on the trap trade. Turn on your magnet. Turn on your reverse continue and get your clock out of the way.
At
All right.
8:15 a.m. Eastern Time, we get the ECB
Spread your chart
interest
a little
rate.
bit.
Forecast no change on the bond,
Now,
2.2%.
darn it to
ECB
heck.
deposit rate, forecast no
I
change on the
wasn't in
prime,
the room. What a
2.25%. And
signal.
the ECB rate statement.
Oh
According to
my
some analyst commentary, Wells Fargo say
gosh.
we expect the ECB to leave rates unchanged, keeping the deposit rate at 2.25%, while
What a
inflation
signal.
remains above the ECB's 2% target. Recent data has been encouraging, with June headline and core inflation moderating from earlier highs. However, renewed tensions in the Middle East continue to pose upside risks to energy prices, which could complicate the disinflation process and delay further progress in underlying inflation. The
So,
ECB's
like I
relatively
said,
hawkish
after
tone
this, we're
comes
going to stick
despite a
around
slowing growth
for
backdrop,
unemployment claims.
wavering consumer confidence,
And we
moderating
moved
wage
away
growth,
from
and some
gold on
forward-looking PMI
unemployment.
surveys suggest
And we're going to
activity may
try
remain
the
subdued across the euro
NQ
area.
trap trade.
Economic weakness has been concentrated in Germany, where industrial activity and external demand remain under
Now,
pressure,
we do have a
while service
webinar
and
today.
tourism economies such as Spain
I'll
have
tell
shown
you
more
one other thing,
resilience.
another
An
full
uneven growth
transparency
picture
moment.
complicates the outlook. It is
I
likely
was
to
pretty
outweigh the
upset
ECB's priority of
after
ensuring
yesterday's
inflation returns to
earnings
target.
trade room.
Easing inflation
I
pressures
wasn't
seem to hold
upset
next week, but
because
we do
the
not
earnings
expect the
didn't
ECB to
make
signal
money,
that the inflation fight is over.
but I was
We
upset.
continue to
I
expect
feel
one
like
additional
I
25 basis point hike
presided
later in the
over
third quarter,
a,
likely
a
September, although
confusing
incoming
mess of
inflation,
a trade room.
wage, and energy data will remain critical to that outlook.
When I thought about the room and looked back on it, I truly felt that I did a very bad job of being organized, of being focused. And when I looked back at it, I realized it was just a confusing mess showing earnings trading in a very bad light. And I was very upset about it, to be honest. My plan was bad also, if you think about it. The plan should have been Google's untradeable. It hasn't been tradable in years, in all seriousness. I know Nitin would disagree with me. You can set up a Google trade, fine. Tesla, absolutely no way to know what time they're going to release their earnings. They were after '04 yesterday. Sometimes they're '02, sometimes they're '03, '04. It's very difficult in that kind of volatility to wait 2 minutes for an earning. So the right move would have been to maybe set up a micro trade for Google and Tesla, see if we could wait for them to fill, and then main focus would have been IBM, which is always on time. The fact that it didn't work yesterday doesn't mean anything. Trades sometimes don't work. But I was all over the place. We were changing charts when Tesla was coming out. And I'm just essentially apologizing for doing a sloppy, unfocused, confusing room that really showed earnings trading in a very bad light. And that's not the way we do our earnings trading. So that's how I feel about it, and I will make sure that any of the future rooms are well, the way they usually are. Usually they're very focused. We have a plan, very specific plan, and it won't be a confusing mess of a room. And that's really what yesterday was, a confusing mess of a room. We do have a webinar at noon today. Going to talk about the end of the day trade, and we will be trading the end of the day trade with
On the
Intel.
REmi. I'll lead with the
today.
ECB deposit rate.
Intel, a rare earnings by itself. Very unusual for Intel. Now, I've been yakking. I do have a gold open setup right after the ECB. I'll tell everybody what that setup is. 8:19:59 trigger, but we have 30 seconds for the ECB. Let's see if we get a fill here. I'm thinking there's going to be a fill today. Google was bad and Tesla would have been phenomenal. But there's very difficult to know when
10
Tesla's coming. It
seconds.
was 4:04 and 22 seconds. Okay, here
Order
comes our
submitted.
settings, our setup. Shrink the chart so you can see everything, your stops, targets. The news is now out.
No change, no
They didn't
change. Base
change
remains
anything.
unchanged at 2.25% as expected.
And you could
ECB
see
interest rate, no change,
there's
no
not
change. It
that
remains
much of a
unchanged at
response.
2.4% as expected.
Normally, I would wait a
Q2 rates
full
data
minute
now. ECB
for
says
the
outlook for
trap to
energy
fill.
prices, while highly volatile, currently
Now,
stands
the
close to
initial move
baseline
is
of one
down.
euro
I will
resistance
not
level,
let
with
it
futures
go up and
well
fill me
above levels
short.
recorded prior to conflict in the Middle
You
East.
do not let it go up
Uncertainty
and
remains
fill you
high and
short
fully
after it's
inflationary,
already
with the
moved
impact
down
of energy
because that
shocks
would
yet
be
to
the
play out.
reversal.
With today's decision, the ECB remains well
Now, if
positioned
it
to navigate
decides it wants to
uncertainty caused by the
continue going
conflict.
down,
We will
I will
follow a
let it because
data-dependent and
I
meeting-by-meeting
would
approach to
expect a
determining
reversal to the
appropriate monetary
upside.
policy
But
stance.
I'm only
In
going to wait a
particular,
minute,
ECB's interest
a
rate
full
decision
minute.
will be
So my
based on its assessment
finger
of inflation
is
outlook
on the
and
cancel
risks
button
surrounding it, in light of incoming economic and financial data as well as dynamics of
because
underlying inflation.
honestly, we
The
haven't
ECB is
gotten a
not
very
just
big
committing to a
move,
particular rate path.
and it's a
Interest
minute.
rates, APPM pandemic
And we have
emergency
other
purchasing
fish to
program
fry.
portfolios are
So
declining at a measured
now,
and predictable
and I'm
pace
being
as the
very
system no
patient
longer
here,
reinvests principal payments from
extremely
maturing
patient.
securities. ECB stands ready to adjust all of
So
its
now
instruments within its
I'm going to
mandate to
cancel
ensure that
this
inflation
trade. I
stabilizes
think
at
the
its 2%
euro
target in the medium
is
term
looking
and to preserve
short at the
smooth
moment,
functioning
right?
of monetary policy transmission.
Why would I let it fill? Because we got a great reversal right before this
Euro
news.
dollar holds
But
losses
it's a
after
minute and
ECB
a
trades near
half.
spot
It's a
2%.
cancel for us. It's a cancel. Minute and a half.
Order canceled.
All right, euro's canceled. I'm turning off the settings on that chart. I have a gold open. Now, gold
Trump on Truth
almost looks like
Social says a year ago the US
gold is
had
moving, I think,
repatriated
to
Houthis
Trump saying things on
for their
Truth
interference
Social.
with commerce and trade by shooting at ships.
He's saying, I can't hear
Unfortunately, now they're
what he's
starting up
saying.
again, shooting at two Saudi Arabian ships last night, saying that if they do this again, the US will hold Iran responsible and that the Houthis are surrogate and are a proxy of Iran,
He's
and may
warning
lose
Iran
military
if they shoot on
punishment will be
ships again,
inflicted
he's going to
on
hold them
Iran and, of course,
responsible.
the Houthis themselves.
That's what he's saying.
So again, just to
All
keep an
right,
eye on
we
that,
have a
market being a
gold
bit calm in the
open.
markets. Just saw a
Gold is
little bit of
extremely
volatility,
negative.
not really that
I'm
much on
sorry I
Truth
didn't
Social still
trade
there.
for a test of the
Tiny bit of
low.
downward move from the
We have a
target
gold open.
500. Little bit
I
of
am
movement
going to
towards the
trade
upside
it.
on the Dixie. WTI, a little bit of strength there, but again, not
81959.
so
This
much of
is
a
a
movement at
new
all.
setup.
Again, Trump
This
says
is a
the US will
new
hold
setup.
Iran responsible for further future Houthi
81959.
strikes.
20 on the bracket. Position 1, 2, and 3. They are all one contract. Trading micro gold on this. 20 bracket. Position 1, 2, and 3 are 1. Target 1 is 12. Target 2 is 25. Target 3 is 45. The stop is 30. The problem here, so here's the problem. We have unemployment. So we kind of need a quick response to gold's open today. 30 on the stop. Target 1 stop
On the
move. I'll go to
traders
break
uses
even.
Saudi Aramco offers more crude cargoes from
So I'm
Egypt's
trying
Mediterranean
this new
Straits
setup.
area port
Gold
as Red Sea
open.
disruptions persist. Again, that's according to trading
Let's check
sources.
our bracket by setting the time to 0.
Traders keep ECB wages steady, seeing 48 basis points of hikes by the year end. They have also posted out the
I
ECB
have
rate signal
done
on the feed for
something
2023.
crazy to the
Germany's
strategy
10-year
to
bond yield now
old
up less
members
than 1 base point at around
who
3.188%.
Order
remember
submitted. Order canceled.
old members who
This is a
remember
Eurozone bond yield
what happened when
slightly
we
up to
did a very
2%.
big
Treasury
update.
two-year bond yield now up 1
We
basis point.
couldn't
On
load
the day at
old
around
templates.
2.858%.
Well, I've been upset that we couldn't. I'm watching gold and I'm thinking, I don't know that I want to trade gold this morning.
Order submitted. Order
Okay, those are
canceled.
our brackets. I am trading it because that's my setup. Anyway, new version of the software. It's going to support all templates, which doesn't matter to most people anymore. But for a year and a half, I'm turning on my gold open. I've been bothered that we couldn't load the templates. And I made the programmer, I begged him to fix it. I made him fix it.
Order submitted.
And he came up with a solution. I
Order
love the
submitted.
fact that we're getting filled short because we should break the low.
10 minutes ago now
Gold
to
should
get the
break the low.
US industrial jobless
That's
claims
what it should
forecast
do.
210k prior
If it doesn't
209k
break the
with
low,
a range of
then it's
210k
just
to
a complete fake
195k.
out.
Continued
It's just
jobless
a
claims
complete
forecast
fake out on the
1.809
gold
million
open.
with a prior 1.805 million with a range of 1.822 million to a low of
Now, while we're watching
1.810
that,
million.
Order
on my
failed.
left, so it
Next,
hit
we
the
get the
first
Canadian retail
target,
sales month on month
cannot
forecast
lose.
1%
If it
prior
if it
0 to
pulls back
5% with
on
a range
me,
of
I
1 to
don't really
1%
care
to a low
because
of
we have other
0.2%.
trading to do.
Let's get the Chicago National Activity Index
You
forecast 0
could
prior
move your stop
-0.1.
after target 2 gets hit. You realize, right? So let's get target
Also,
2.
Canadian
Order
core retail
All
failed.
sales
right, we got
forecast
rid of
1.4%
target
prior
2. Now I'm going to
0.1%.
trail, looking for a
Came down
test of
near
the
the
Order
low.
200
failed.
It
just as
pulled
the trend
back.
gets
I'm in a
decline here
funded
as the trend
account.
features extending close to
Fine,
1%.
fine. It didn't quite test the low. The magnet is still on. The reverse continue is still on. The new breakout with micros made a few dollars. That's fine. Changing my euro chart to NQ 0926 for a quick and risky unemployment trade. Quick and risky because volatile markets might make this NQ trap trade too small. All right. Frank, I'll still go over that MGC. I had 12 on my first target, 25 on the second, and 40 on the third. Anywhere in there, 12, 30, and 50, 12, 25, and 45, stop of 30. Bracket of 20, stop of 30. All right, those were the key numbers for us. All right, unemployment claims, NQ. So we had a trap. We're going to change it to the NQ. 1 and 1 on our positions. 8, 29, 55 on the trigger. The stop is 30. I hope the stop's big enough. Tier 1 is 60. Tier 2 is 80. This is a wacky trade. But we tested it. We liked the testing on it. And we've done it before. We've done the trap trade on unemployment before. The gold trap on unemployment has not been working well. It just hasn't been. So 829.55, 30 on the stop. Tier 1 is 60, tier 2 is 80. I'm trading it in my eval. It's labeled trap and Q. And that trade's ready. Then my magnet, I'm just going to convert the name to an NQ magnet. My setup, 40 on the stop. Everything else can stay the
I
same.
have also posted out the video for ECB's President
And
Lagarde
then my
due to
reverse
speak in
continue
Q2.
on the NQ, 50 on the target, 50 on the stop.
So just keep an eye on the markets then, and seeing some further slow movement towards the downside on the S&P
Label it
500,
NQ
and further in
reverse
towards the upside
continue.
on the
Okay.
DXY. Again, off the back of Trump's
The
Truth
main trade
Social,
is the
where he
trap.
made that he would hold Iran accountable for future Houthi strikes, and that he's very disappointed with the Houthis. WTI
So turn
reversed
on the
its
trap,
gain and not long
turn
after
on
the
the
next movement
magnet,
again, and not so
turn
much
on the
movement
reverse
happening there.
continue.
Also on the Dixie, and a little bit more
Move
risk
your
protecting
clock out of
moving
the
forward.
way. Now we're making new lows. That's very worrisome for a trap trade. So what's happening is the market's responding. The market's responding to Trump's news. Roz, they gave you instructions, Roz? They gave you instructions?
Five minutes ago now to give the initial jobless claims data forecast 210k prior 208k. Continued jobless claims forecast 1.809 million prior 1.805 million. Canadian retail sales month-to-month forecast 1%
Roz,
prior
did they give you
0.5%.
instructions?
Canadian core retail sales month-to-month forecast 1.3% prior 0.1%. And Chicago National Activity Index forecast 0 prior minus 0.1.
So there is a lot of risk because of the comments. All right. Yeah. ECB press conference. It can move markets a bit. We just want a quick unemployment trade. All right. There was a reversal signal given on gold. Darn it. I was not watching gold. Didn't see it. Did not see it. And I don't know if I would have taken it with the report just a couple of minutes away. Double secret probation. All right, this is an 8:30 report.
Gilts extending decline. UK 10-year yield rising 6 base points to around 5.09%.
Knitting. It's in the. I think I'll have it tomorrow. I added audio. I did add audio. I'm waiting. I think the programmer forgot to put it in the version he just sent me. because it's not mentioned in his notes. So I'm just waiting. I haven't had time to
1 minute
load
ago,
the
now to
new
read
version
the
yet.
initial jobless claims data.
Hoping for a big party next week to bring out the new version. If it's not next week, it'll be the week after. I wanted to do it before the end of the month. I have a new product. Not for everybody, but for a lot of people. I don't know, maybe everyone will like it, but it's a lot of work to do it. I don't know if I can do it. I'm too tired. I'm too old, you guys. I'm reaching old age. All right, we have 20 seconds. 20 seconds. I'm entering old age. Kachava is not
10
enough.
seconds.
So we're going to have a trap trade on the NQ. I think
Order
I just have to
submitted.
start taking speed. Okay, so I'd like to see, I
Order
would have
canceled.
rather have
287k,
seen
lower
a
than
burst
forecast of
up. Now,
210k, prior revised
if I can
209k.
cancel
Continued
my
jobless
outer
claims
Orders
tier
canceled.
and move
1.796
my
million,
stop up,
1.796 million,
I'm
lower than forecast
trailing
of
way up, way
1.809
up.
million, prior revised to
If it
Orders
1.896
pulls
canceled.
back,
million,
okay,
potential
that
price
was like a
1.165
200,
million. Canadian retail sales month to month 1.4%
250
as
trade,
expected.
roughly
Core retail sales for
250
Canada
trade on the trap.
1.2%, 1.2%, lower
250
than
trade
forecast
on
of
the trap.
1.3%. Canadian
And
retail
now it
sales
went
prior
back
revised
down. It was pretty
0.2%
volatile.
from the
So
original
we
prior
got our
of
money on the move up.
0.4%. Chicago Fed National
We got our
Activity
money on the
minus
move up. That was
0.02,
not a bad trap.
0.02,
That was
lower
not a
than
bad
forecast
trap.
of 0.
You had to be kind of quick. You had to cancel your outer tier. It only filled one order. Um, you could wait. You could have waited, see if it would fill both orders as long as it didn't stop you out, right? Nitin, it sounds like you did the same thing as me. One one tier. You got both orders filled.
So we have posted out the Canadian retail
Mine only
sales
filled
data
one.
for May and the Chicago National Activity Index
I'll show you the
for the month
video.
of June on the feed for you to read through. Dixie slightly extending gain after initial jobless claims data last at about 0.25%.
I'm watching micro gold. I knew gold was going to go short and make new lows. Initial jobless claims look lower, so they're low numbers. I don't know if anybody believes these numbers, but the numbers are lower. Is it that people just aren't bothering to report? Oh, that's interesting, Nitin, that you use the MNQ. That would explain different fills also. That would explain different fills. Absolutely. The fills are not the same on NQ and MNQ. They're definitely different. Now, this is the reason why I personally got out of the trade quickly. My concern was that we'd keep making new lows. I did not really want to get filled long, but we did get filled long. So I did make it a pretty quick trade because of the added risk of the comments, the tweets that were being made, which was pushing the market down. All right. And you've got to sometimes trade what you think the market is doing because of external factors. We were not able to do this just as a normal news trade because it wasn't just a normal news trade. It was a news trade significantly affected by commentary by Trump. Now, the market is making new lows. I guess the market doesn't like Trump saying, I will hold Iran responsible for Houthi attacks. All right. So I think that's what the market is responding to. We can take a chill right now. All right. We can get rid of our trap. I'm not jumping into a scalp at the moment because look how many new lows it made. If you turn your filtering up to 2, You'll get rid of most of your bad signals. You need two candles in a row and a momentum change to generate a signal, not just a momentum change. So filtering, when markets are making new low, new low, new low, new low, new low, new low, new high, new high, new high, new high, pop your filtering up to 2. This will be, if you, for you to do it, you have to uncheck the magnet and do it inside. And you can, it's no big deal. Just highlight the magnet, go to aftershock reversal, trending bars equals a 2 instead of a 1. Apply it and OK it. The new version is beautiful. You just do it on the control panel. That was challenging because what happened was when you change your filtering, I wanted signals to appear as if the filtering, so if you change to a 1, I want the signals to be filtering of 1, not to leave what was already there. And the first version created tremendous latency. So we had to come up with a way to get rid of all the latency. So the programmer's clever. He's a smart guy. He got rid of all the latency, but it was tricky. Let's look at the video real quick on the trap because I'm going to make a new video anyway, and it was an interesting trap trade. So it was unemployment claims. Let me make a new video. So we're going to go into the market opens. And we have natural gas. It's a long freaking morning. And I have a webinar that I'm never ready for. This is not a job for one person. Look at that NQ. Man, we should have scalped. We should have chased. I should have chased it. Now, if I jump in right now, you know it's going to reverse, right? You could go instant short if you're a lunatic. I don't like chasing. I really don't. I'm not going to. It was at 0375 when I was thinking of chasing. 0375. I'd be up. I'd be rich. I'd be rich. Not really. Now it's above. Eventually, it stops making a new low. You know, eventually it's going to do that. Eventually, it has to stop. Eventually, you get a momentum change. And eventually, you get a long signal, right?
S&P 500 E-mini futures last down 0.9%, Nasdaq 100 futures down 1.29%, and Dow futures down 0.96%.
Okay, looking at the trap. Welcome everyone to the Pro Trade Room Plus. We're here for the ECB refi rate. So the trap was 60 and 80 on the tiers, 830 trade.
So reminder, At 8:45 a.m. Eastern Time, ECB's President Lagarde is due to hold a press conference post the ECB rate decision. The video is on the feed already for you to watch.
Okay, spread the orders a little bit so you can trade it. It chopped around, went down, filled long, and then it started reversing. So I went up and canceled the outer tier, which cancels the extra order that is blocking the stop from moving to safety. And I moved the stop up as high as I could to take some profit, and it reversed and took me out. Now, to fill the second tier, it would have had to get down to 845. It did. It would have filled the second tier there, and then it went down more. If I would have waited for the second fill tier, I might have gotten stopped out, it looks like. Looks like I would have gotten stopped out. So we took a fast trap trade because we were concerned about the market falling on commentary, not related to the news. Welcome everyone to the Pro Trade Room Plus. The market opens. My name is Lee Goldstein, the trading director for 10-minute trades. Please remember, all the trades we discuss are for educational purposes. All right, so I'm watching the NQ. I'm going to bring up my RTY chart. Everything's very negative. Tesla had horrible earnings, horrible. Um, I don't think that Google's earnings were all that great either. I'm not sure I'm dying to jump into a long on the NQ. It is going to give a signal. It's a relatively decent sized stop. You do not know if the market's done making new lows for a little while, right? You don't know. Will it go up enough just to give you, a little bit of a profit?
Order submitted.
So my stop has to be below the low, all right? Has to be below the low. If it fails, it's going to get me. If it actually changes direction a little bit, we'll hit our target. It's not a very big scalp. Going to change my middle chart to the YM. It's a lot of risk. This was a lot of risk because the markets are so heavy. Okay? Markets are pretty darn heavy. So I may give back all my profits on that trap trade in that account. It looks like that's what I'm doing.
Order
Normally I
filled.
wouldn't take that trade. Normally I wouldn't have taken that trade. It's just dropping, dropping, dropping these markets. It made a new low. So then what do you want to do? Do you take another short? There's been so much movement. You just might have missed. You just might have been one or two signals early. Maybe. I'll tell you the mistake I made. I should have put my filtering on 2. Let it work a little harder to generate the signal. That possibly is a mistake in a market this negative, okay? In a market this negative, I would say that was a mistake. I could filter a little bit more strongly. And if I get a signal on a stronger filter, I'd still try it again. Doesn't
Less
mean
than a minute
I'm
going
going to
into
get it,
today's comments from the Guardian.
but I might try it again. It is going to give, if there's another nice candle, another green candle and a smaller motivation, a higher momentum bar, there will be another signal. It's good to have the clock. Here comes the signal. Nope, it's not generating. All right, I was going to move to oil. So look, we took a hit. It's part of life. Middle chart going to the YM. Middle chart YM 0926. These are not easy markets this morning. Let's modify. Let's do oil now on the left. CL 0926. Oil above 90. All right. Oil above 90. Up $4 today. Let's change our setups on the oil chart. Our reverse continue. We'll do a 30 tick target and a 30 stop. That's our oil reverse continue. I'll keep trading in this eval. Try to save it. I might blow it up today. It's possible. CL reverse continue. We'll put a CL magnet. The stop 35. Everything else default. Label it CL magnet. So we can put on our magnet, put on the reverse continue. And what do you think's going to happen here with oil? So oil's up over $4. It literally just made a new high before the news, right? After it's made a whole bunch of new highs that it sold off from. My gut feeling is we're going to make another new high. The question is where from? Will it hold here? Do you want to take a long? I mean, it's gone past R2. R2 is not the strongest support. R1 is better, R3 is better, in my opinion. It's gone 19 ticks below R2. So let me show you something. The House just passed an insider trading bill. Doesn't that bill not restrict the sale of stocks and only if you buy stocks? Yes, that's one of the biggest criticisms of the bill. It's a fraudulent piece of trash so they could take credit for doing nothing. For doing nothing. Now,
S&P 500
before you
indices are
sell,
extending pre-market
you
buying
have to
as clients watch
disclose the intent to sell 7 to 14 days in advance. So, okay, maybe it's not nothing, but it's ridiculous. It's absolutely
Lagarde is
ridiculous.
repeating policy statement.
It's ridiculous. Just put term limits on yourself so we can get rid of all you clowns. If I'm the president, I would write an executive order immediately creating term limits. Let it go to the Supreme Court. But first, I'd figure out a way to get rid of the Supreme Court. That would be the first thing. You have to impeach the people on the court that are clearly not qualified. Anyway, that's enough of that. We're looking at oil. I think oil is going to go test the high. What do you think? Do I want to take a long trade right here? Take more risk in this funded account? I'd hold the trade until 9 o'clock, 9:03, and I would
Order submitted.
look for a test of the high. My stop would be below these previous lows. I put the trade on, so I'm willing to give it a shot. So that's one trade. That's in the eval. No guarantee it's going to work. Then in the middle, we have the YM. Everything's making new lows. These markets are very challenged this morning. The markets are very challenged. So if you're working on a drug,
Vice
for
President Lagarde
instance,
speaking
you're
noted
on
that
a
recent data points to some
committee
improvement in
that
economic
deals with
activity.
medicines, and you know a medicine's going to not get approved
Lagarde says
because its
activity
results
in
are
services
lousy
partly recovered.
and they're not going to make the ruling for 2 weeks. You can easily get around
Lagarde
that
says digital
7 day.
services are robust,
You have to
partly on
notify
AI.
people you're going to sell. So it really doesn't do all that much to prevent insider trading.
Lagarde says
It
manufacturing has
doesn't
held up.
deal with the prediction markets either, as far as I know.
Lagarde says higher defense spending is supporting manufacturing.
Hang on.
Lagarde says firms and households expect the labor market to remain weaker than before the conflict, and growth is to remain modest in the near term.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm just listening
Lagarde says
to some
indicators
of the
suggest
news.
economic activity will
All
remain
right.
modest.
So we have our YM set up. We put a magnet on the YM. It was a micro gold magnet, so we'll just change it.
Lagarde
Position
says
1 is a
bonds and
1.
medium-term growth
Position
remain
2 is a
intact.
1. Target 1 is -3. Target 2 is 15. If it goes through the magnet, 15 ticks, we'll have a second order with a 15
Lagarde
tick
says
target.
urgent action is needed to strengthen the EU
All
area
right.
economy.
And target 1 stop move goes to break even if it hits the first target. This is the setup for any targeting we do with the magnet on the YM. If you don't take a trade, nothing will happen. And we're going to label it YM magnet. We will see what the market, the
Lagarde
charts
says fiscal
offer.
responses to energy shocks
We
should
shall
be
see
targeted,
what the charts offer.
and they should be temporary.
YM.
Adding that, so
I'll
fiscal
trade
response to energy
YM
shocks
in
should
my
be
new funded
targeted,
account,
temporary,
my
and tailored.
risky funded account. All right. Now, maybe I should trade just one contract. I'm going to move my stop to safety on oil, or maybe I'm going to get out of this trade. So, my thinking is we're going to get to the high. I thought it would wait for the open. It looks like it might want to do it right now. Now it's up over 300 bucks. So I'm going to trail as it goes up here. It's very it's not very volatile. It's a little bit volatile. If it pulls back, you could move your stop down. I'm looking right now for about a
Order filled.
$200 trade. So that gave me a $200 trade. It's up to you if you wanted to be aggressive on your
Lagarde says energy
stop
shock
or
is
not.
feeding into higher
Okay.
prices.
I was a little bit aggressive on the stop. Do I still think it's going to test the high? Yes, but I think now it might wait until the open. So just a couple of things to think about. Oil opens at 9.
Lagarde says underlying inflation is
All
contained,
the
but the full
newbies
effect has yet to
are
play out.
doing what I just did, but they might be doing it right now. The newbies that are smart, they learned,
Lagarde says
oh, the oil
surveys
opens
indicate
at 9
moderate
o'clock.
wage growth.
I'm going to put a long on right before the market opens because it's going to go up because oil's up $4. Trump, blah, 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 blah. And then
Lagarde
the
says
market
rising labor productivity
goes
helps
short at the
contain
open,
unit labor
torturing
cost
all the
growth.
newbies and stopping them out. That's always a possibility.
Also, Lagarde says most measures
Or
of
it might just
long-term
pop
inflation
up because it's up
expectations
over
stand
four
at around
bucks
2%.
and everybody's happy and you make money and it tests the high. Now, I was willing to take a fairly low risk long before the open with a very set market structure stop. When people ask me in an email, which happens all the time, how do you know where to put a stop? When
Lagarde says
you're
energy
lucky
inflation is likely
enough
to keep
to have
inflation well above
very
target into the first half
clear
of
market
2027, and
structure,
then inflation will decline.
use it. This is market structure right there. That's market structure.
Lagarde says conflict is a major
And
source of
I put my
uncertainty.
stop below the structure of a move up. It's not rocket science. I'm no great analyst either. There's probably 100 people out there who know the previous day's level, the previous day's high, the
Lagarde
previous
adds that
day's
risks to growth are tilted
VWAP,
to the downside.
and they're looking at that. I'm just looking at market structure, a pretty simple trade, a good place to put a stop in most cases, better than the R2 because R2, in my opinion, is not that great of support. It's not that strong. It's already broken R2 multiple times. So why not put your stop below the low of the previous break? That's what I did, and we made 200 bucks. And it
Lagarde
was
says higher
relatively
energy prices
painless.
will weigh on
It
real
barely
outcomes.
went against us at all.
Also, Lagarde says
Why did I
energy
go in?
inflation above target for
The
the first
market's
half of
so darn
2027.
bullish. It was positive momentum. The market's bullish. Trump was tweeting positive for oil news. There was a lot of things that said we'll probably go test the high one more time. For now, it'll probably test the high a whole bunch of times during the day. I hope that makes sense to you. Nitin, let me know how it goes. The 9 o'clock. Nitin has a 9 o'clock gold trade. So we were working on our YM setups.
Lagarde says risks to inflation outlook are on the upside.
So the YM magnet, I'm in a funded account, so I'm going to trade more carefully. Just one position. All right.
adding that energy shock could intensify further.
Default magnet, stop of 40. It's labeled YM
The bar
magnet
says the
and
longer
it's in
entry
a new
prices stay
funded
high,
account.
the likely the
And we'll
likelihoods
put
of second
our,
round
we don't
impacts
need
are
a
high.
breakout. I do
Again,
have a
the
reverse
longer entry
continue
prices
on
stay
the
high,
YM
the
always.
likelihoods that we have second round impacts. Effective Fed
And
funds
we'll
rate
do a
unchanged at
35. We'll do a
3.63%
40
July
target
22nd.
and a 40 stop. Reverse continue. Same account, and we'll label it
The
YM
guard says
reverse
extreme weather
continue.
events and climate crisis could drive up food prices.
All right, so we're set. Put your magnet on. Put your reverse continue on. See, when it makes new low after new low after new low, you get a lot of signals. The reason we filter, the filter helps you a lot. A filter of 3 is heavy filtering. This market
ECB's President
might
Lagarde
need heavy filtering this morning.
says that financial conditions are slightly tighter
Oil
versus the
just
last meeting.
opened.
So again, financial
Looks like it's
conditions are
going
slightly
back up,
tighter
right?
versus the last meeting.
And let's set up our RTY. Today I'm not screwing around with the RTY. Reverse continue, one position, 35 target, 35 stop. Oil's doing what I thought. 35 and 35. RTY on our reverse
From the
continue.
New York Times,
Gold, I
Ford
mean
will
oil,
use
what a
Apple
son of a gun.
software in new self-driving system.
Labeled the RTY reverse continue. Choose the account. You're trading the RTY.
So further from the New York Times, in the first, Apple Maps will influence the way new line of electric vehicles made by Ford operates and other automakers may follow. Ford said Thursday that driver assistance systems in its new electric vehicles would use Apple software, giving the technology company much more central place in
And
vehicle
I'll put in
operations than it has in the
RTY
past. Apple
map,
CarPlay, available in many
our
cars,
range
allows more
trade on the
assistance to the
chart.
vehicle
That
to reach
oil
the highway.
trade's over. I'll load our RTY range trade.
Brent crude hitting $100 a barrel on Red Sea and Iran supply threats.
All right, our RTY opening range trade. That's a funded trade. Label it RTY range. Range start time 9:25:00. 6 ticks above the range, 6 ticks below the
So
range.
seeing a post from
Show the
Iran's
range
spokesman
graphics
on
on
X
chart.
says that
Okay.
$100 oil had
Show
displayed
the
a
range
solid result of
graphics on chart.
disruptions in its transportation, not production.
End the
The fire the
range
US that the US has
9:30:00.
ignited in the
Position
region's
1 is a
oil and
1.
gas fields will engulf the
Position
entire
2 is a
world.
1. Target 1 is 10. Target 2 is 20. The stop is 35.
Summarizing that the Iranian armed forces will define the
Target 1
playing field
stop
one
move is
level
break even.
above the enemy.
That's the traditional RTY morning range trade. Apply it and
That's
okay it.
Iran's
If you so
supreme
choose to put
leader's
a
advisor
magnet
and
on your
sister.
RTY, you can put a stop of 35 or 40. Everything else can be default at the moment. Label it RTY magnet and put it, all the RTYs should be on the same account. And then make sure your chart trader is on the right account also. Turn on your range first, magnet second, reverse continue third. Now on the YM, if you're trading the YM opening range, then there is a trade on the YM exactly the same as the RTY. Today
Well,
might not be a
regards to
bad day
Apple's
to do the
UEV
YM
product.
range because we're
Apple's maps are
making new
coming to Gold's
lows.
UEV platform in
We're probably
2020.
not going to have a magnet trade. We might, well, it's early. We might not. You can put the YM opening range. So we add a range trade. I have a template for it.
That says we have had some relatively benign developments since June decision.
YM range open. And we're going to label it. Right click it, rename today's date, 7/23, load it. That also saves it. It's the exact same setting as the RTY. Start the range at 9:25.00, end it at 9:30.00. 10 and
Brent
20
crude
on the
futures hitting
targets.
$100 a barrel for the
Target
first
one
time
stop
since
move is
May
break even.
26th, when they
25 or
released
35 on
strict
the stop.
instructions. Lagarde says post-MOU
That's the
drop in
range.
Brent crude
All
was
right, and
quicker than anticipated.
my YM trades are also on a funded account, and it's labeled YM open range. I'll decide soon what trade I'm going to take on the YM. Right now, I don't really have a magnet on the YM. All right, but I'm not turning the range on yet. Does anyone have any questions so far? Nitin, very nice on the gold breakout and trap. All right, we have to set up our MNQ trades on the left
Europe
chart.
Stock 600 index extending decline as Lagarde speaks.
Just remember, there's no reason to get confused, worried that there's too many setups and you can't deal with all of them. You don't have to deal with all of them. First of all, if you're new, just spend a week watching. Don't do anything. Just watch for a week. Watch. The concept is on each trading instrument chart, we put a variety of different setups. Each
China
setup is an
issued security
opportunity.
providers,
We
citizens
don't
in
take
Saudi
every
Arabia.
opportunity every
Lagarde
day.
also says on risk
We try to
sentiment,
take
we're
the
back to June setting.
opportunities that the market
Spot gold
presents.
extending losses down nearly
On the
2%.
market open, we do have trades we do take every day. We take the RTY range and we usually take a YM magnet of some sort. But we might be also starting to look more seriously at the YM range. On the MNQ, which I'm going to start setting up now, so I'm going to turn off my oil trades. Yes, I know we got a signal. I would not jump into a short when I'm over $4.30 bullish on oil. I would probably not be looking short today on oil. There will be pullbacks, yes, but I'd rather not trade them. So we're going to change our oil chart to an MNQ chart. The reversals could work. So MNQ, we will look at the strategies that are on the chart
Lagarde says there were
previously
some who
from
asked whether
oil,
we should consider a hike.
and we'll convert them to MNQ. So we have a magnet. Let's convert the oil magnet to an MNQ. The real difference is we add a contract. Position one, I usually make it 2. And I make the stop bigger because MNQ is only 50 cents a tick. Oil's $10 a tick. So I use 100 stop on the MNQ. And then everything else is default, but I rename it MNQ Magnet.
The guard says we've
Now I
positioned
have to decide
adequately
what
for
account am I going to trade my MNQs in. MNQs, I'm going to use my eval. I want to try and build this back up a little bit. So MNQ magnet, we'll do that in our eval. All our MNQs this morning. So we'll apply that. Now we'll change the settings of the
the
MNQ
guard
reverse
says that we'll have a
continue.
lot more data available in September.
We'll add contracts to position 1, up the target to 75, and the stop 75. That's our reverse continue. Label it MNQ reverse continue, and we're on 56. It's already set. Apply it. Now we're going to add our first breakout trade to the NQ, MNQ. That's our 925 trade, right? So I have a template for that. I'm going to load it. MNQ. It's called pre-MNQ open. Pre-MNQ open. Right click it and date it today in the name. Today's the 23rd. When you load it, it saves it. 924.59. It's a 925 trade. It's a pre-open.
Let's
Brackets
keep an eye
30,
on the VIX then, going
25,
from the Europe
and
Open around 3 o'clock
68.
in the morning.
Let
It
me
was around
check. We have a new way of
17.52,
trading it.
now currently up around
Let me
at
make sure that it got
19.28.
saved
So
properly. Why
total up
wasn't it
around
saved properly?
15.87% since the European session.
Hold on.
The guard says that we're not seeing any second round effects.
Let's save it properly. It's got, let me look for the template. Hang on. We have a few minutes. MNQ. Actually, I just want to see if I named it incorrectly.
Lagarde says that we're seeing gradual decline in wage growth.
I know we've always called it pre, so that's what I'm going to find it under. And I'll just rename it today. Ah, I did do it yesterday. Pre-MNQ3 contract. That's the right one. Let's rename it today, the 23rd. I know I'm not crazy. Let's load the correct setup. Okay. 924.59 is our trigger. That's our entry. The bracket's 30. It has position 1 is a 1, position 2 is a 1, position 3 is a 1. Target 1 is 20, target 2 is 35, target 3 is 65. If it hits the first target, I'm going to move my stop to break even, and the stop is 50. BE on the target 1 stop move. I'm going to set the time, the first two numbers to 00. Leave the account on SIM in setup. It's labeled pre-MNQ. I'm going to apply it, okay it, put my chart on SIM, turn on the breakout trade because it will trigger the bracket because the time is 0.
Order submitted. Order
There's our
canceled.
brackets. I need them a little bit wider. Right click, go back to strategy, highlight the breakout,
Seen Swiss franc falling
put the
steadily
time
low against
correct,
dollar, the weakest since 2025.
924.59. Put the software not on SIM, but on the account we're trading, 56, apply it, and then we're going to load our 930 breakout. So we'll do one more setup. The
Today says it's
MNQ gets
continued
4
rise in the VIX
setups.
overall, with
Doesn't mean you're
the
going to
risk
trade
of a
all of
sentiment
them.
from the earnings from
It's
Alphabet
4
last night, and also
opportunities.
the
So
Houthi
I'm going to
airlines
load the
and the
template for
rise in oil prices.
MNQ new open.
Lagarde says that I'm not giving any forward guidance.
Just getting the right
Lagarde
template.
says we're
MNQ
providing
new
framework
open.
guidance.
Right click it, date it today, load it, and I'm just leaving it alone. 929.59 trigger, 30 bracket, 20 on target 1, 100 on target 2. The stop is 125, and the target 1 stop move is break even. Label it breakout MNQ open, and that's also in the eval. We will apply it, okay it. So looking at the NQ, put your chart on the chart you're trading. Now we have 4 setups, 3 setups to turn on, 1 to turn on after the 925 trade is over. So first trade I'll turn on is the pre-MNQ, the breakout. Second trade is the
Lagarde says
MNQ
we're back to the
magnet.
baseline.
Third trade MNQ reversal. And now I'm ready. I'm not turning on my other breakout because that's not till 9:30. We have to finish our 925 trade first. So those are all the opportunities we're looking for on the market open. So yeah, it's a lot of possible opportunities. The ones that I trade most mornings is I look for a magnet usually on the YM. This morning I'll probably turn on the range and not make the magnet automatic, right? I don't really have anything to target on the YM magnet because it's just making new low
Israel's
constantly.
PM office says Saudi Arabia's joining of the Abraham Accords
All
will
right.
be a historic leap forward for peace in the Middle East.
S3 is pretty far away. The RTY, we always take the 5 minute range. That's an always. That's the trade I take on the RTY. It's only one. I have a magnet on to generate signals, and I have a reverse continue if I decide to try and scalp, and I want to make sure that my RTY is on the right trading chart, 66, and it is. I want to make sure my YM is on the right one, 611, and it is. And my MNQ is on the right one, 56, and it is. Those are the accounts I'm using.
Lagarde says recent developments in the Gulf are alarming.
Tesla had terrible earnings. Wow. I'm not a fan. I'm not crazy about Nazi salutes. Doesn't work for me. One Nazi salute's all I need. I don't need more than that. So no Tesla for me. ever. Um, Interesting concept when it comes to the car business. Do you think
Lagarde
other
says we
countries should
asked
be
staff to
banned
study
from
various
being
oil and
allowed to
gas
sell
trade
their cars in the
scenarios
United
between
States
September meeting.
if their cars are better than ours? Is that a reason to ban them? You know, you can't go around saying your markets are free, open, everything's a democracy, and then you're banning this and you're banning that. At least tell the truth. You know, if you want to ban the best Chinese cars, fine. That's a decision. If you think it's you know, it is important to protect the American car business. There's a ton of jobs. I would think it would be better to figure out how to help the car companies make better cars if that's the problem. If this is just conversation.
Lagarde says there was no push for an ECB rate hike today.
I don't know what the right answer is, but we don't allow the best Chinese cars to come into this country right now.
Lagarde says we did not discuss minimum reserve requirement.
Buy two Yugos. We let the Yugo in, that's right. We did let the
But
Yugo
that
in.
doesn't mean that it won't be discussed.
We we made the Edsel, right? Ford made the Edsel. They'll never live the Edsel down. Well, no, no one remembers the Edsel. That's before any of our time. But it is a fair question. Should what's the company Chinese YBD? Is that the name of the Chinese car company? They make amazing cars, apparently. Way better batteries than any of our electric cars. And we don't allow them to sell here, as far as I know. I think it's YBD. So it's a question. What what should be done? All right, in 3 minutes, our 925 trade is going to trigger on the MNQ. There is a long signal with no very minimal filtering on the MNQ. I would not be taking that signal right ahead of our trade. I'll take the trade. Oh, the daily chart has a 2000 tick bar. TJ, the daily chart is a 2000 tick bar. That's pretty big.
Lagarde says the situation in the Middle East can
That's
reverse
crazy.
very quickly.
That is crazy. Nobody said this would be easy, right?
Lagarde says mild scenario currently looks quite unlikely.
All right, we're just waiting now. We're watching, waiting for our first trade to kick off. Yesterday we got stopped. This is a new setup on our 925 trade. It's not so different from our original setup that it should cause extra stops. It's actually a smarter way to trade it. So I'm a pretty big baseball fan. If you're a baseball fan, you have to watch videos from John Boy Media. What they do is they look at crazy things that happen, or unusual things, funny things, fun things where there's no audio, and they read all the lips properly and translate what everyone's saying. It's fantastic. It's so good, and sometimes really hilarious. And I think they do it in other sports now too. They specialize in baseball. I'm sure they're doing other sports now. Somebody just bought them, John Boy Media. So I'm sure
Order
it'll be
submitted.
destroyed.
Order filled.
So our first target got hit. Now, normally I would move my stop up. Why? Because it moved to break even after the first target got hit. Okay? So that's why I moved the stop up a little bit after the first target got hit. Now, if it's going to keep going up, I would maybe expand the
Order
target,
filled.
but it took me out, but it was a winner. So that hit two of the targets, all right? So today our 925 hit two targets. Yesterday we got stopped out. Yesterday we got stopped out, all right? So the MNQ pre-open hit two targets. So make sure you note that in your journal. You can erase the pre-MNQ setup. Okay, I'm going to turn on my YM range trade because that's the trade I'm going to trade in the YM. All right. And I'm going to turn on my 930 trade on the MNQ. That's the trade I trade on the breakout. But I'm going to check the bracket first by putting the time to 0. Time to 0. Chart on Sim for a minute. Trading chart on Sim. I just want to see the bracket and make sure it's tradable.
Order submitted.
See, it's too wide. I want to just make it
Order
nice,
cancelled.
a nice
See the volatility
distance.
index rising after 3 sessions of declines, up
And now I'm going to
2.81
go back,
points at about
highlight the
19.45.
trade, right? Now, if I left it on
So reminder earlier
inside
on
the
said it was
software,
about
I could press the enabled
17.5
button and
to
disable it
17.52
so I can edit
around
it.
European Open.
Put the
Now
time
at
back to
19.44.
9:29:59. That's the start time of this trade, bracket of 30. Target 1 is 20, target 2 is
The guard
100,
says euro
stop
enlargement
of
is not putting feet to the
125,
fire.
break even, BE if we hit the first target. Put the chart and the account on number 56. That's my eval. Apply it, okay it. Put the chart on the eval. And now I'm going to turn off my MNQs and turn them on in the proper order. So I'm unchecking them. I have a magnet, a reverse continue, and a breakout. My breakout is first. That's the main trade. That's number one. That's because if we were doing earnings, we would want our adjust button close to the current price. Now I'll turn my magnet on and then my reverse continue. The reason we do them in that order is it seems to work better with the buttons. I knew I forgot to talk to the programmer. Darn me.
Euro dollar hitting the lowest since July 1st, down
So
about
now
0.33%. Also, 1 minute ago, activate the market on open imbalance data.
I've got 2 range trades and a breakout.
Lagarde says that I am concerned about risks of second round effects.
Paul, you love what? You love what? All right, you don't have to type now. Pay attention.
10 seconds to the market on open.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled.
Market on
Order
open
filled.
imbalance. S&P
RTY
500 sell side
explodes up, hits
162
both
million. Nasdaq
targets.
100 sell side
Order
38
filled.
The
million.
Dow
130 sell side
did the
88
same
million.
thing.
Maximum sell side
MNQ
84 million.
looks like it got an error, but it hit all targets. Everything hit all targets. We'll look at the video. Okay, right now, I'm going to take a
Lagarde says
chill
that
pill
easing
because
term
I have
inflation
2 really
expectations
good
are
funded
feeling
accounts that both
severely above,
made
and then
really
RTX
nice
shares opening
profits.
higher by
Both
5.2%.
range
Lockheed
trades
Martin
worked
gaining
great.
6%.
The MNQ is just looks like it wants to. It's
169 euro
making new
stocks extending
lows.
fall. S&P 500 down
You can.
1.15%.
Oh, John Boy, gotcha. Making new lows. I'm not scalping my funded accounts. All right, I'm not scalping my funded accounts. I'm going to change my YM
Alphabet
account.
shares falling 6.4% to raise
Change my
$265
YM
billion
account.
in market value. Tesla
I'm getting
shares
rid
down
of the open
9.7% after the
range.
company
I'm
posts
done with it.
quarterly
It was a
cash burn
winner.
for the first
And I'm
time in over
putting my
2 years.
YM setups on my
Slides for
eval.
Alphabet
If I
shares
want to scalp
falling after
this
company raised
morning, I would
2026
scalp on
CapEx
my
forecast
eval.
reports
All right.
Q2 negative
I'm
free
not
cash flow.
scalping funded this morning. Some mornings
Just keeping an eye on
I
the
might,
strongest
but
and
not
weakest
when I have
sectors then
so
in the
much going
S&P
on and I
500.
can't
Strongest
pay
sectors,
proper
energy up
attention.
around
I'm
1.78%.
not
The weakest
scalping and
sector is
damaging a funded
communication
account.
services, down by about 3.93%.
I don't mind scalping in my MNQ. I don't mind scalping in an eval.
T-Mobile
Because
shares
what's
falling
the worst that
6.3%, the
happens?
biggest drop
You
since
bring it
April
back for
2025.
$19 by
This
buying
is
a new
after their
account.
reporting of Q2 results.
That's the worst that happens. But if you blow up a funded account, it's a big deal. You have to earn $3,600 in Bull and
Meanwhile,
Ox, and
Tesla shares
that
dropping
takes a little bit of
10%
time
after
sometimes.
profit miss and CapEx
You know,
numbers.
sometimes you can have one trade,
Lagarde concludes her
but
press
usually
conference.
it's not. Usually you're building it up. I'm sorry. I have to stand up. Muscles cramping up. All right. Who has a question? Anybody have a question about what they saw here? You see how we took the opportunities that presented themselves? The YM didn't really seem to have, it really didn't seem to have anything to do except try the range or wait for a signal. Now I had the signal on higher filtering, so we didn't get the after the open
USSC
first
shares
signal.
SK
I
index rising
might
2.9%
turn
as
my
reports says
filtering
company capture
back
amount
to
of South Korean
1
listed
at
shares
the
that can
open
be converted
to
into
get an
US
early
traded ADRs
filter
at 2.5%
signal.
or
But look at all the
2.95%.
bad signals you get when a
Amazon
market
down,
is
shares down
continually making a
3.4%.
new
Meta
low.
declining 3.2%.
So much of that
Microsoft
can
down
be filtered
0.5%
out
after big tech peer Alphabet's
with
Q2
higher
results.
filter values. Okay.
So keep an eye on Raytheon Tech shares up 6.67%. Up
Higher
6.67% after
filter
company missed
values will give you a
2026 sales
signal
and profits
later,
forecast.
but
Thermo
usually
Fisher
in a
Scientific
better
shares up
trend.
9.9% after Q2 profit beat.
Usually in a better trend. Look at the YM. Filtering is 2. Make it 3, and we get a later bar. But the rule is you don't wait. Don't wait to take the signal. Just take it. Don't wait. Take it. If you're filtering 2 or 3, take the signal immediately. If you're filtering 1, then you better analyze whether it's a safe signal. That's how I do it. It's not a guarantee, but it's a higher probability of a good signal. Excuse me, when your filtering is higher. I'm so tired today. Um, I don't have to tell you how exhausting
Iran's
it is
IRGC says
to
any
do the
base used to
opens
attack Iran
every
is able to
single
hit a red
morning,
target.
how much stress this is. Um, and sometimes it just makes me tired. And I'm being honest. This week I've had a tough night. I haven't slept well this week. Just haven't. No reason really. Up like 3 in the morning, scrolling, screwing around, not sleeping, ordering coffee. Um, it could be related to the fact I'm taking care of my daughter's dog. It's just distracting, and she's really difficult. She's not difficult. She's disgusting. She's not difficult. She's disgusting. She's always going
Lockheed
like,
Martin says
"Blah,
top female
blah,
executive after the company missed
blah." She's
2026
always
sales
like making
forecast,
this
being up
horrible hacking
10%.
sound. It's disgusting. It's so disgusting. She's really old, and she's a very nice dog. I actually hate her, and I love her. But so I don't know if that's affecting sleep or if it's just a bad week of sleep. But today I am exhausted. I don't think I can take any signals today. I'm so tired.
Thermo Fisher shares up nearly 12% now, the most intraday in a
Let's
year.
recap. All right. Let's look at the video. Let's look at the opening video, and then we'll take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and we'll get ready for natural gas. Oh, good, Nitin. I wanted you to put down your setups. I'll track them again. I'll track them. So
American Airlines
Nitin has
shares
some
falling
great
9.1%,
9 a.m.
the most
trades,
intraday in a year.
and Nitin is one of our favorite people. Everybody, we really want everyone to do well, and we care about everybody. But Nitin has gone the extra
The Range
mile
Rover
in
Guard says it's
sharing
targeted
some
a DOE
great
base in
winning
Kuwait on
setups,
social
and
media.
we thank him for that. Not everybody is willing to share their winning setups because they don't want people to use them. All right. So I'm going to write down these gold setups. I've written them down about 8,000 times. I'm totally disorganized with them. And then I'll teach them to anybody who wants to do them. He has 2 9 o'clock trades. One's a trap trade, and they both work. That's what's crazy. Some days they both work. So if you have 2 prop accounts, you can trade both setups in 2 different accounts. Gold is volatile, so you could get, if you have a trap trade, right? A lot of you don't even know what I mean when I say trap trade, but most of you do. Most of you do. A trap trade is 2 orders above current price, 2 orders below, 2 brackets above current price, 2 brackets below. But instead of selling if it goes down, we buy if it goes down, and if it goes up, we sell. We make our money when it then reverses. So a trap trade is a reversal trade. And the way gold's been behaving these days, it can move 40 ticks, so you could make a small breakout winner, and it might move 80 ticks and then reverse 70. That's a really great trade. If you go up 70 and reverse 80 to make 50, 60 ticks on that reversal can be fabulous. Trap trades
Iran's
are a
Revolutionary
really
Guard
nice
warns
source
there is
of
no
profits.
allowing US bombers to fly bases from it.
Iran. Any base used to attack Iran, I think it's pronounced Iran, is a legitimate target. Iran's IRGC have targeted Al Adiri base in Kuwait. Iran's Revolutionary Guards warned Britain over allowing US bombers to fly from its bases.
So specifically,
Iran
Iran's
just wants
IRGC
a
said that they warned the
monstrous
British
war, it
monarchy
seems to me.
not to further burden its
Now, I'm
French
not going to
colonies
talk about whether
as
this
West
war
involvement
should have
in
been
the recent
started or
attacks by the
not
US
at
and the
this point.
Zionist regime against Iran.
We can discuss that later. Right now, there is a war. It seems clear Iran does not want an end to the war at the moment. The strait is closed. The U.S. has no power other than closing it. The U.S. can't open the strait, so that's a problem. Um, the strait was open before the war. There was a nuclear agreement before the war. Our own intelligence said Iran was not making a bomb before the war. Our own intelligence. So the question is, why did we enter into this war? That you can discuss, but at least look at the true facts. The true facts are available. You do need to be able to read and to actually understand what you're reading, which is very hard for a significant number of people living in this country today. But we are in the war now. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't know that. The real question is bombing may not be a solution. It wasn't a solution in Vietnam, that's certain. Oh, do I have intel on the WMM as a YM trade? So I've just been informed I have intel on the WMM on the weekly schedule as a YM trade. We will be trading intel as an NQ trade. It's not a YM trade. Intel is an NQ trade. Nitin, what's your breakout setup? What's the breakout setup? So I'm going to show the video, folks. Like I said, I think I've missed the best secondary trades here. 9:30, it was a little bit early. The MNQ gave a phenomenal long signal. It was too soon after the open, a little bit too soon for me. If your filtering was a little higher, it might have been a minute later. Um, but the NQ gave a great, you can't deny the signal. But it's very close to the open, so many people might not have taken it. Same thing with the YM. It gave a great signal very close to the open. Those are signals you want to consider very, very, very seriously. All right. Good morning, David J. Now, the NQ is still very negative, but it's had quite the retrace. After the short open, if you took the signal a minute on the candle after the signal, it's got 585 ticks so far. 585 ticks so far. So Nitin, I would enter at 59 on that. Are you entering right at 9 or you're entering at 59? Yeah, I would enter 59 also. Sometimes even 58, just to make sure the order is set, if you know what I mean. That there's no problem in case you get an early move. All right, let's do this. Now, here's the thing to remember. Nitin doesn't use that um, setup every single day. Sometimes he'll use bigger brackets if the market's super volatile. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nitin. I'm guessing sometimes you'll use a little bigger stop. And wouldn't you say that you wait more than on the breakout trade? How long are you willing to wait? And on the trap trade, 3 to 4 minutes. Is that correct? On the breakout, how long would you wait? And that's important. I don't think the Iran's Revolutionary
Comscore says
Guards
drones attacked overnight two
are
tankers
scaring
approaching
Britain.
Russia's CPC oil terminal in the Black Sea.
I don't think a warning from Iran's Revolutionary Guards is very scary to Great Britain. All right, let's take a quick look at the market open this morning. So we had I will go over everything. We had an ECB no trade. We had a gold open winner in our funded account, small, two targets at a three. Then at unemployment, we had a nice trap trade winner on unemployment, over 300. Nothing wrong with that. Remember, we're not trading a lot of contracts. We're trading the way a retail trader would trade, the way a newbie would trade. That's the size we trade with. And then we had every single setup that we traded on the market open was a winner. RTY winner in our funded account hit all targets in a second or two. Same thing on the YM. 925 pre-open on the NQ hit two targets. Market open hit all three. It was a great open this morning. Everybody should have made money. There is always, however, the possibility that because of market volatility, sometimes people's orders are not the same. You could have a loser. Even when we had all winners, someone could have had a loser. It's possible. You have to keep that in mind. Market volatility does that. Let me show you the open, but I want to just record everything. So I'll set up our natural gas trade room. So the most interesting news story of the week is the Tates. Are they guilty of what they're being charged with? Certainly guilty of being the worst dressed human being who ever lived. That's when he got arrested. I don't know what party he was coming from, but it was pretty wild. and their closeness to the Trump family bears serious scrutiny. All right, let's set up our natural gas trade room video. So we've got natural gas, storage. Welcome everyone to the Pro Trade Room Plus Natural Gas Storage. My name is Lee Goldstein, the Trading Director for 10-Minute Trades. Please remember all the trades we discuss are for educational purposes. MNQ, look at the pullback from the retrace off the low.
Venezuela's oil ministry readies migration of oil joint ventures
I would
and
think
contracts by
a
early next
test
week,
of the lows
maintaining
is
July
in
28th
order,
deadline,
is
according to
going to be in
sources.
order. It's probably going to happen. Now, the YM did not get close enough to the VWAP to generate a signal. It's more than 3 ticks away. The YM did not get close enough to generate
Reminder, at 10 a.m. Eastern Time,
a
we give US
VWAP
equity physical
signal.
plus flash forecast -17, prime -17.7.
Looks like it got to 85. It needed quite a bit more, 10 ticks. But if you know what generates signals, you knew you had a short there that was worth the risk. If you understand what generates a short when a VWAP is near, then you may know enough to understand that that area was a perfect short with fairly low risk. Right there. It's all about whether or not you understand what generates the signals. Momentum change on the squeeze, candle color agreeing. Does it match your level? If it's two, it's two candles, three candles. There is some other programming in the signal generation, but that's probably about 80% of what generates a signal. If you understand that, then you understand why this short was extremely viable, especially on a day when the markets are this negative. I'm sorry I was yakking and not paying attention. That was a phenomenal trade. I love shorting a retrace to the upside because it's a high probability, just like buying a retrace to the downside in a bullish market. This was not just a retrace to the downside. This was a bullish move in a very negative market that almost hit a perfect magnet and then did a reversal towards the trend of the day. And it's no small trend of the day. So shame on me for not paying attention. Shame on you if you didn't take that trade. Not really, but I'm teaching you why you should have taken it. All right? It's not shame on you. It is shame on me for not paying attention. You could make it if you try. You could make it if you could make it so that 15 ticks before it gets to the VWAP will generate a signal. I'll bet you don't know how to do that. If you open your magnet setup and you look at the settings and you go down to aftershock reversal, right above your trending bars filtering, proximity ticks. How many ticks away from the magnet generates a signal? That's what proximity ticks does. So now you know. Now, if you've taken a magnet webinar, you should know that. All right. But you might not know it in passing unless I tell you. I'm telling you. Now I'm telling you. Most important things are adjustable. If you hover over an input item, it will describe it. Sometimes it's not a good enough description, but more often than not, it's a pretty good description. That particular one, proximity ticks, is not a great description. Let me read it to you. Proximity ticks. Number of ticks for proximity detection. He must have been tired
5 minutes ago now,
when he
saying that
wrote
the
that.
Eurozone
What
fiscal
it should
quarter
say of
pre-liberated
number of
forecast
ticks
-17, prior
for magnet
-17.7.
signal. I'm going to get him to change that because that's important. Number of ticks for magnet detection, right? Let me make a note. That's something you just forget. If I don't write it down, I'll absolutely forget that. But that helps. If you can figure out everything on your own, that's a plus. The more you can figure out on your own, that's good. The more that the software can tell you is a plus. All right. I was going to show you the market open and then we'll get ready for natural gas. I was hoping we could take a break, but it's already 10 almost. Interestingly, this morning, the best signals were really fast after the open. That's not usually the case. Don't forget, if you get addicted to signals, if you're addicted to love or you get addicted to signals, wasn't that Robert Palmer? Addicted to love? You can always turn on ARS standalone. And look, I've generated a signal during a short of note, and I guarantee you it'll do it on the YM also, right in the most perfect place. So, what is ARS standalone? It's our most, what's the word? Lenient signal generator. It's our most lenient signal generator. If you breathe the wrong way, it'll generate a signal. Not really. It almost uses just momentum. So it does the least amount of filtering. When we say generous, it means it does the least amount of filtering. But you can make it better. Increase the filtering. So let's say you have ARS now on. I'm going to change it so that it does better filtering. The default is going to be higher filtering. You'll always be able to change it. Let's look at the open, like I said I was going to do, and then I'm going to take 5 minutes. let's make sure that,
1 minute to go now.
so here's our open. So what was the first thing that we did? What was the first thing that we did? Well, we made money on oil. I took that oil trade, right? Remember? 10 minutes before the oil open. Forgot about that. We had a lot of winners this morning. So the first winner was the 850 oil long trade. That was just discretionary. So that was a nice winner. Then we set everything up.
10 seconds.
And we had the 925 MNQ open.
Still waiting on the
MNQ
data.
open. Now we hit two targets. So 925, our bracket goes on the chart. It's a three position trade.
Minus 15.9, minus 15.9, higher than forecast, minus 17.
Immediately hits the first target, second target. So I trailed a little bit and it never got to the third target. All right. Not while we were trading it. Then we did the 930 trades. So watch the RTY, the YM in the middle, and we had a breakout on the left for the MNQ.
We have posted out the Eurozone Consumer Confidence Flash
So
report.
I'm
What are these
watching the
two inputs?
RTY. It goes right up the YM. I'm going to back it up. RTY was immediate winner in a funded account.
Lockheed shares extending gains to 12% now, the most intraday since 2020.
Then the YM, same thing, immediate. And then the NQ, normal volatility, nothing unusual about the behavior of the NQ. Typical volatility. So it hit the first target, second target, boom. So it went short and it hit all targets. Target one, target two. 20 and 100 were the targets. All right. That's what our opening trades did. So now we're going to get ready for natural gas. RTY setups, bye bye. RTY chart, see you later, alligator. RTY setups, highlight them, right click, remove, goodbye, turn off. Okay, NG is natural gas. NG. Scroll down to find the future. NG Future Henry Hub, double click it. That gives us NG 826 is the correct contract. Let's take a look. New market analyzer. I want to know if we are trading the correct contract on natural gas. So I have a market analyzer template that looks at the instrument, daily volume, and days until rollover. So I'll put that 826 on it, and it doesn't roll over for 4 days. If you look at NG9, we've got what I call mixed volume. There's almost as much volume on the future contract as there is on the current contract. In the old days, that was a reason we didn't trade. These days, it doesn't matter.
Roshi says Black Sea exclusive economic zone
One
is
of the
unsafe
reasons
for
it
navigation.
doesn't matter, in the old days, natural gas volatility was half of what it is now. It's still pretty low. Liquidity is really what I mean. Number of contracts traded, available contracts. It used to be 12, 13,000 in the morning. It would go up, it would become more by the time the day ended, but now it's double that, if not more than double it. So there's more volume. It's still not a high volume instrument, natural gas, but we are still trading contract 8. So Alphabet had bad, they didn't love the earnings. I think it was the guidance that people didn't like. I think a lot of money was shed from the IBM stock last week when they made an announcement that things were much more negative than originally thought regarding AI. So I think IBM's earnings were very deceptive. They
Pentagon list includes eight data
cushioned
centers in China, Russia,
their
and Iran.
earnings by making a pre-release announcement about
Pentagon
how the
update
company
list
was doing
entities
a
with
week
problematic
before.
activities.
That has
That includes
taken
academic centers in China, Russia, and Iran.
a lot of attention off IBM. I think they felt it would have been better to get the attention just for one day, which wasn't earnings release day, than if they had not made that pre-announcement and earnings were negative and then they had to explain what they explained last week. They felt it was better to pre-announce it. I don't know. But either way, it's a manipulation of attention. It's definitely a manipulation of attention to try to keep the stock from doing worse than it did. Anyway, when it's all rigged anyway, what's it matter? It does matter because we're trading the price, we're trading reactions, whether it's rigged or not. And I totally believe it's
Context
1,000
tax.
million
Russia
percent
discusses
completely
extending
rigged
diesel export ban for a month.
and subject to insider trading. It still moves and has tradable moves. So, rigged or not, it's still tradable, especially the way we trade. If you're trading a rigged announcement, it's not really any different than trading a regular announcement. If you trade a jobs report where the data is rigged, it's still going to move the market.
So Russia discusses
And
extending
that's why
gasoline
it doesn't
export
matter
ban
if
for
it's rigged.
6 months.
I mean, it
Context tax.
matters in the whole sense that, our country's gone, it's been stolen. but that's a whole other issue. Okay, let's get back to natural gas, something that you become very familiar with as you get older. We will put our news up on the chart. So one of the things I'm looking at is the results of the report. So we'll look at the economic calendar for the natural gas storage results, right? They're expecting 29 billion cubic feet today. Last week it was 41. That's not a very big build. It's pretty small. However, remember how the natural gas report differs from the oil report. When natural gas releases the storage numbers, natural gas is more tuned into the technicals of the report. So if there's a gigantic build, there's way more gas around. More often than not, natural gas will go down from the report. If there's a big drawdown, then generally the price will go up, and you can usually scalp based on that news. All right. Wow. Let's get the natural gas DMM. So natural gas has been trading pretty darn well. So natural gas storage, 5 out of 6 winners, no full stops in the last 6 weeks. That's pretty good results. You do want to be very aware though. 22 tick move, 28 tick, 25 tick, 29 tick. 4 out of those 5 winners were rather small, and they would just about get you a target one on most trades. So just don't get carried away that natural gas is a monster winner. It's been solidly hitting target one pretty regularly. That's how I would look at it. That's honest. Last week was a nicer move than usual. It was bigger. Let's take a look at the video from last week. So if I have that video, that was July 16th. Darn, why don't I have that video? July 16th. Now, I might have it as part of a market open video and I didn't separate it. Darn it. Let me see if I have it as a market open video. I'll never find it. July 16th. No, no Gotsky. Let me just look in one other place. Wait a minute, folks. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Market opens natural gas. We got it. Let me put it into the natural gas folder so we don't have this problem again. I just hadn't filed it yet, so here we go. So this was natural gas last week, and it looked like it had a decent move. It's a 10:30 trade
According to all sources, Iran Revolutionary Guard commanders said so.
to
Iran
break
sent
out.
Revolutionary Guard commanders and missile-related equipment to Yemen's Houthis this month.
So it
According to all
looked like
sources.
we had a crappy fill right at the bottom of the bracket, but I'm guessing because it was a 58 tick move, it followed through. It kept going down and at least hit the first target. And if you look at the results, it was a little bit more of a build than they expected. Natural gas only needs one tick in the results to move in that direction on the report. So, in other words, if they're expecting 30 billion
Canada's Prime Minister Carney said
barrels,
Canada will not hesitate to defend its interests in trade war with the US. Canada is in a stronger
30
position than it was when the
billion
trade war
cubic
started.
feet, and it's
We will do whatever is
31,
needed to defend
that's usually
ourselves.
enough to make the price go down. Polly, okay, when you put your strategies on the charts, you see the magnet when you turn the trade on, but you don't get the arrows. You do have the box check that say enabled. Okay, did you install the template onto your
Investigative reports
charts?
from Iran's Main News that Iraq Chief Foreign Minister of Iran has
Did
traveled
you
to
install the
Kyrgyzstan
template?
to participate in the meeting of the Council of Ministers for Foreign Affairs of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization.
Okay, so
Keeping an eye
that's
on the
the
US
big
stocks
problem that
extending
you've
fall,
got.
Nasdaq
All
down
right.
2% now.
Did you download the template that I sent you? Good. Do you know where it is? Do you know where it is? I'll show you. How about I'll show you after the trade because we're getting. Let me set up the trade, Polly, and then don't let me leave without showing you how to install the template. Okay? I'll show you. It only takes a minute. That is most probably the problem.
Just a heads up, it wasn't on the calendar
You
for
should
Trump,
still
but White
see
House Press
arrows,
Secretary Levitt is due to be holding a press briefing at 11 a.m. Eastern Time.
but let's get your chart set up properly, and then
ECB officials are ready to raise
it'll be
rates
a little bit
in
easier to
September.
figure out.
Again, ECB officials
Also,
are ready to raise interest rates
let
in
me give
September.
you a link to the Magnet Mini class. There's a Magnet Mini master class that you can watch. It's not that long of a video, and I just have to find it. Where the hell is it? Darn it. Darn, darn, darn. I'll find it. Give me a minute. I'll find it. I'll have to download it off our YouTube channel probably. Just everybody know this. Anything you need to know is on our YouTube channel. I'm not saying I don't want to help you, but if it's a Sunday and I'm not around, if you go to the YouTube channel and do a search magnet, you'll have so many things you could look up. You could watch the master class. It's public up there. Just keep that in mind that there's a lot of information on our YouTube channel. So subscribe and you can watch all the videos. Every webinar is on our YouTube channel. Anything recent is public. We don't put it behind a paywall or anything. Everybody can watch it. All right. Don't let me leave. I'll show you how to set up the template. So let's set up our natural gas trade. So first thing, I'm going to put a reverse continue on the chart. So I already have one from the MNQ, so we're going to turn it into natural gas. One position, one contract. 25 tick target, 25 tick stop. It's $10 a tick on natural gas. And natural gas, I'll trade it in a funded account. I'm going to trade it in my new funded account. So I'll label it
Since this is a
NG
decent time, we can
reverse
perhaps
continue.
change BCF.
NG reverse
Forecast is for
continue
a build
and
of
apply
32
it.
BCF. Prior was a build of 41
Then
BCF.
I'll change the MNQ magnet into a natural gas magnet. Just one position, position one is a 1. Default target is -3. That stays the same. Nothing else changes except the stop size. 30 for natural gas stop on the magnet. Remember, I'm just using the magnet really to watch signals. Label it NG magnet, natural gas magnet. And everything should go in the same account. You don't want to be trying to change accounts in the middle of trades. So 611 is the account I'm trading it in. Apply it. And then we have our breakout. So natural gas, the breakout comes right off the DMM. It's a breakout trade. You would click News Trader, then choose breakout up top, 10:29:58 Eastern Time. Use your local time to set up the breakout, whatever your local time is, unless your computer is changed to a different time. So 10:29:58 is my time. That's my setup, this yellow line. The bracket's 15. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. Target 1 is 10. Target 2 is 20. The stop is 20. Target 1 stop move is break even, BE. If my first target gets hit after the news is released, my stop will move to break even. David, you can't see the natural gas side of the trade? Yeah, you're right. Hang on a second. I'll see if I can make it a little better. So 10 and 20 on the targets, 20 on the stop. Choose the account you're trading. It should be the same as your breakout and your reverse continue. Label it NG breakout. Apply it. Now I'm going to put the time on 0 for a minute to check the bracket. So instead of it being on 10:29, it's going to be 00. Charts on sim. Apply and OK it. Chart trader on sim. I'm going to turn on the trade to make sure my brackets aren't too tight or too wide.
Order submitted.
See, they're too wide, so I'll shrink them down. Turn off the trade.
Order canceled.
Go back to the breakout. Highlight it. Now put the correct time back in. 10:29:58. Bracket of 15. Target 1. Position 1 is a 1. Position 2 is a 1. Target 1 is 10 ticks. Target 2 is 20 ticks. Stop is 20. Target 1 stop move BE. Break even. Labeled the trade natural gas NG breakout. NG breakout. Choose the account you're trading it in. Remember I said I'm trading it in my funded account? Apply it, okay it. Put Chart Trader on the account you're trading in, or you won't see your orders. Turn on your breakout, turn on your natural gas magnet, turn on your natural gas reverse continue. Those are three opportunities. Only one of them is definite. That's the natural gas breakout from the DMM, the Daily Market Mover Trade Report. I have a second natural gas chart for a scalp in a different account. It was my YM chart, remember? So we'll convert the reverse continue. One position, position one is a 1, 30
David's
target,
going to have to get the natural gas data from
30
US.
stop,
Forecast is for a build of 34 BCF. Prior was a build of 41 BCF. House passes
30
Iran
target,
war powers
30
resolution.
stop, label
David,
it
see US House
NG
passing Iran
reverse
war powers
continue.
resolution.
Choose the account you're going to trade that in. Okay? I'm going to leave it in eval. I'm not going to trade two funded accounts on natural gas. I'll just leave it in my eval, and I'll leave a magnet for signals in the eval also. One position, 30 tick stop. Label it because it was a YM magnet. It's now an NG magnet, natural gas magnet. And make sure the account is the same as the reverse continue on that chart. And now turn on the reverse continue, turn on the magnet. So two different accounts for two possible types of trades on natural gas. The main trade, natural gas, is the breakout trade. That's our main trade. That's the breakout. That's going to take place on this chart here. All right. Okay, David, you could see now. ECB officials are ready to raise rates in September. Wow. The House passes the Iran War Powers Resolution. I don't know if that's going to matter because I don't think the Senate will pass it. Okay, we've got 2.5 minutes to go. So, once again, the forecast on investing.com is they're saying 29 billion cubic feet of a build. Natural gas happens to be at its low. If the build was 40, it should push through the low. If there's a drawdown and there's 27, 24, -5, then that should push the price up. All right. So if there's a number smaller than 29 billion, that would be a drawdown. But if it's very, very close to that number, it might not go up a lot because it would still be a positive build. You see how it could be tricky sometimes to analyze a news result? If it's a negative number, that would be a big deal. I do not expect that. That would really push price up under normal circumstances. That's what I would expect.
One minute's going to have to be given natural gas change data.
So we have 1 minute. So natural gas is on the right chart.
Seeing shares of US hyperscalers falling after Alphabet's AI spending raises cash
And my
concerns.
other
So
chart
Alphabet shares down
now is on the
7.3%,
correct chart.
Amazon down 4.6%, Microsoft down 1.8%, and
I
Meta
was not
down
on the right chart,
3.6%.
but I am now. It's no big deal.
10 seconds. Also, the
Epstein,
IIGC says that
the
they will not allow the US
Tates,
to use deceptive
the
ceasefires to replenish
Trumps,
its oil and ammunition reserves
Order
and then resume
submitted.
attacks.
scrutiny needs
Order
to be done.
submitted.
Much
Build
more
of 32
scrutiny.
BCF, build 32 BCF compared to the expected build of 34 BCF.
Okay, now the crazy thing is there's a build and it's pushing the price up. We're going to get stopped out of this trade. If I can get out of this trade, I would be so happy because it's a big build, yet the price is going up. I'm combining both orders and I'm just looking to get out with a small win. If I can get it, if I can get it, and I'm going to shrink my stop. I'm in a funded account. I don't want to lose that much. If I can get out, I
In
want
addition to
out
the IIGC
because
headline,
the
there's some
news is
comments that
against
was
me.
earlier said
The
on
news
the
is
topic of the
against me.
Iranians that said earlier on in the day that the US and Army, which after the official resumption of the war will
It's
cease
against
cruise
me.
missiles
Darn it.
launched from its ships in the Indian Ocean, has
I
now,
could
in
have gotten out
anticipation of
and
missile
I blew it.
reserves, resorted to
I blew it.
using
Order
B-1 aircraft
fails.
flying
I
from
blew it. I'm
RAF
still
air
positive
bases
in that
in
funded
India.
account, but I'm not sure why it moved in the wrong direction today, but it did. So there was a much bigger build than expected. It created a
Gav
burst to
has the
the
EIA
upside,
natural gas report. Wonder feel
but
free to read
Order
through
it
it.
really
submitted.
should be a test of the low. So let's see if we get that test of the low. I believe we'll get it. And I'd put my stop above the VWAP. I'll put my stop above the VWAP. Now, I don't really have time to scalp right now. I have to get ready for this webinar and help Polly. Polly, find the template. Let me know when you know where the template is. Because the first
Just
thing
heads
I
up,
have to
Secretary of
do
State Rubio is
is
currently
show you
speaking.
where to
Not
put it.
sure where, but we'll find something if we can.
So type in when you have the template and you know where it is. Just maybe type yes. No, it's a custom template. You need our template. You need our template. It's a custom template. It's for trading magnets. It's a custom template.
US natural gas futures extending gains up by 0.7% now after the EIA reports slightly smaller than expected storage build.
Okay. Okay, so you didn't download it. All right. You have the email that I sent you yesterday, right? Do you have the email that I sent you yesterday? Okay. I'm going to show you what to do now. And in fact, let me record it. All right? Hang on. Hang on. Because this will help everybody. Give me a minute. Let me start a new video. One second. Welcome everyone to the Pro Trade Room Plus. This is a video on how to install the Magnet 2.0 template onto a brand new chart. My name is Lee Goldstein, the Trading Director for 10-Minute Trades. Please remember all the trades we discuss are for educational purposes. First thing you have to do is download the template onto your computer. Now, what I'm going to do is give everybody, let me see if I have the template handy. Bear with me one second. So let me put the template on my website real quick, just to make things easier. Just bear with me for 1 second, folks. This will be worth it, and it will not take very long.
Traders fully price 50 base points of banking rate hikes by the year end.
It will not take very long. Two seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
According to Punchbowl News, Senator Thune says Iran sanctions added to Russia bill.
Bear with me. I'm just getting the link that you need.
According to Israel's Channel 12 News, Mossad confirms an Iranian plot to infiltrate an operative into Israel and target senior officials has been thwarted.
Okay. Let me see if this will work. Hang on, folks. Darn, darn, darn. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. So here's what it might look like. All right. It might look like this, but when you click on my link, you're going to download it over here, this little arrow. When you click on my link, download on that little arrow. Here's the link. It's in the trade room. Forget the text. It doesn't matter what it looks like. That's the code. It doesn't matter. It's not protected code. Download it. Download anyway. And make sure you know where that file is. That's the template file. All right? That's the template file. Put that file in your download folder or put it on your desktop. Okay? But make sure you know where it is. Now, you're going to click on your document folder. Click on your document folder. Documents. Click on NinjaTrader 8. Click on Templates. Click on Chart. Copy and paste that template into that location. It's called Magnet 2.0. Drag it in there or copy it in there so you see it in there, Magnet 2.0. Then create a new chart from the Ninja control panel. New chart. All right. I don't care what the chart is, whatever instrument, choose the NQ. All right. Choose the NQ. Make sure trading hours says instrument settings. 3 days to load, 3 to 5 days to load is fine. Okay. Now you have a brand new chart. Brand new chart. All right. Right click your brand new chart. Click the word templates. Load. Magnet 2.0. All right. Now you have a chart. You just have to shrink everything. First thing you do at the bottom where the numbers are, the time, hold down the left mouse button and shrink it down. That's about perfect. Hold down the left mouse button and shrink in between the two indicators, the squeeze and the volume. Hold down the left mouse button, shrink down the squeeze. Hold down the left mouse button, shrink down the volume. Hold down the left mouse button, shrink
Yemen's
down the
Anam
chart.
says
Your
the
chart
operation will be
is
met
now
with
set up
response against
to
ships
trade
landing
with
troops.
us. Save that chart as part of your workspace. Workspace, save. Okay, add that chart so it's part of your workspace. Name it Trade Room,
Also, Yemen's
whatever.
Anam says Yemen will continue to maintain
Now,
Saudi
do
interests
your
while supporting
trading of the
Houthi.
magnet from that chart. Strategies, magnet. The key is that your signals are on, and the default is they are on.
Alphabet's future spending
The
commitment to
VWAP
source
signals are on.
$811 billion.
Aftershock
Also,
reversal,
Yemen's
high
Prime
of day,
Minister
low
will
of
not
day
hesitate
signals
to
are
visit any
automatically
nation
on.
that cooperates with Saudi
VWAP
Arabia.
signals
So these
automatically
are
on.
coming
All right.
comments from Yemen's Anam Advisor Chairman of the Supreme Political Council of Yemen.
That's what you do. That's where you want to do your trading from. Charts that use our template. It's very important, or the signals won't be correct. All right. You should have at least one chart that has our indicators on it.
So Alphabet's board had
They are what is
$811 billion
creating the
in contracted
signals.
future spending
All right.
commitments at the end of June, up nearly
That's what
$500
creates the
billion
signals.
from just
So
3
when you
months earlier.
put a magnet
The
on,
obligations
double
disclosed
click
separately from Alphabet's
strategies,
capital expenditure budget
double click
represent
magnet,
purchases the company has already committed to making under supply agreements and open purchase
and
orders.
then down at the
Roughly
bottom, apply it
$277
and
billion
okay
of the
it.
total were short-term, Google disclosed
And
in
when
the
you
quarterly
turn the
filings.
magnet on,
So the commitments cover
you'll
everything
get
from
your
chips
control
and data
panel.
centers to
All right.
electricity, inventory, and content licenses.
And then really
The
you
sharp increase underscores how quickly
should
Alphabet is
watch the
locking in
magnet
resources as it expands the
masterclass. Let
infrastructure
me get that
that powers its
video
AI business.
real quick. It's on our YouTube channel, and I'm going to have to go. Let me get the link for that file. On our YouTube channel, you can go to videos. You could go to shorts if you want to watch a lot of our recent videos. Search. I'm going to look for, I search in a different way than you do. All right. So let me see if I can find the link for the magnet, the master class. Got it. Thank you for joining. All right, this should be the right, I hope. Thank you for joining and taking the time to spend with me. All right, this
So
should be
thanks once
the
again. We're going to get started.
Magnet Masterclass video. Anybody watch it? It already needs to be updated, all right? Because we're always doing new things. So my oil short not working. I'm going to probably just get out of it. I have stuff to do. It's just the eval. I don't really care. I mean, I care, but I got to go. All right. Polly, that should help a lot. You also on the software, on the video that I sent you
Order filled.
when you first signed up, the template is there. Software installation instructions, and there's a link for a quick start video also. You might want to watch the quick start video. All right. And everybody on YouTube, I'll see everybody on YouTube tomorrow. We're getting out of here. All right.